Nay, madame, I would place each of these heroes on his right pedestal, that of Robespierre on his scaffold in the Place Louis Gans, that of Napoleon on the column of Place Vendôme. The only difference consists in the opposite character of the equality advocated by these two men. One is the equality that elevates, the other is the equality that degrades. One brings a king within reach of the guillotine, the other elevates the people to a level with the throne. Observe, said Villefort, smiling, I do not mean to deny that both these men were revolutionary scoundrels, and that the Neuf Thermidor and the 4 Avril in the year 1814 were lucky days for France, worthy of being gratefully remembered by every friend to the monarchy and civil order. And that explains how it comes to pass that, fallen, as I trust he is forever, Napoleon has remained a train of parasitical satellites. Still, Marquise, it has been so with other usurpers. Cromwell, for instance, who was not half as bad as Napoleon, had his partisans and advocates. Do you know, Villefort, that you are talking a most dreadfully revolutionary strain? But I excuse it. It is impossible to expect the son of a Girondin to be free from a small spice of the old leaven. A deep crimson suffused the countenance of Villefort. All right, listen, I know to some degree, and it's not perfect, but most of these episodes are somewhat fluid and smooth sounding once they're edited. Oh boy, when I'm recording them, I can't tell you how many stops and restarts and pauses and rereadings and pronunciations I have to go through to get this correct, and this chapter is putting me through my paces, I gotta be honest with you. So we get a little more back and forth between Villefort and the Marquise, but they're talking still here about Cromwell. They're talking about Robespierre, we talked about a little bit last time. Napoleon, obviously. And what are they saying exactly? The 9th Thermidor and April 4th, 1814. These are important dates, for instance, that Robespierre was overthrown and executed, ending the Reign of Terror. Now, I've earmarked the Reign of Terror as something I want to go investigate a little bit more in as well. Mostly, I'm not going to lie, mostly because of the Roger Corman movie starring Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson, The Terror. But, you know, it does seem like an interesting little era that is pre-Napoleonic or coincides with Napoleonic times. And I want to know more about it. But the 4th of April, 1814, was when Napoleon was abdicated for the first time. And it restored King Louis XVIII's, the Bourbon monarchy, as it's called. Basically, these are the dates that royalists really cling to as the deliverance from revolutionary chaos. There's also a comparison to Cromwell here, and Oliver Cromwell was the leader of England, the Puritan Revolution. Man, are your eyes glazing over right now going to history class? I'm reading from my notes. I gotta be honest, I don't fully understand them myself. And that's what I'm aiming to do here. Is like, let's give some context to what we're talking about. Basically, okay, let's not go into the history lesson of it all, but they're using him as a proxy here, as someone akin to a Napoleon, but lesser so. Someone who just had a very devoted following in his time. And the Marquis here is like calling him out for potentially revolutionary talk, but I think Villefort is just kind of acknowledging the facts of history, the things that they have to contend with, and I don't think he's actually advocating for it, which is why she kind of excuses him here. But she does call him the son of a Girondin, which is basically, Girondin is a moderate revolutionary, so like saying essentially his dad is, I don't know if it's saying he's a Bonapartist necessarily, but someone who might stand in opposition to the royalists, which is clearly who comprises this wedding party that we're currently visiting. So her opinion of him is like, we get you, we see you're on our side, but we know you come from questionable lineage, so we'll forgive you this one time. We'll forgive you. We understand it's hard to completely shake where you come from, but we got an eye on you. We know what's up. So just, stay the steady route, and we'll get there. Speaking of getting there, we'll get even further in chapter 6 tomorrow when we pick up then. Okay. It's 73 episodes so far, and I haven't got a smooth out to the show yet. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow with more of the Count of Monte Cristo. I will see you then. Goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.